Every person carries a shadow, Jung wrote, and the less it's embodied in the conscious life, the blacker and denser it becomes. We all wear masks. We show the world our strength, our smiles, our carefully crafted light. But beneath that surface, there's another story being written, a story of everything we've hidden, denied, or feared. The shadow isn't evil. It's simply the parts of ourselves we've refused to see, the anger we repress, the envy we deny, the gifts we never dared to claim. This isn't a monster to destroy. It's a mirror, reflecting the pieces of us waiting to be reclaimed. To face the shadow is to meet the truth of our humanity. And in that meeting begins the possibility of transformation. In our modern world, the shadow hasn't vanished. It's simply gone digital. We curate our light on social media while hiding the parts that don't fit the image. We project our disowned fears onto others, politicians, groups, even strangers online. Jung called this projection when the unconscious uses the outer world as a mirror. Every person you judge, every quality you despise, could be an unclaimed fragment of your own soul. The world around us becomes a living reflection of our inner state. This is why shadow work isn't about blaming society. It's about seeing where our own darkness meets the collective one. The more conscious we become of our projections, the less power they hold, and the more whole we become. The shadow begins to take shape the moment we learn what is acceptable and what is not. As children, we absorb the rules of belonging. Be kind. Don't be angry. Don't cry. Be strong. And each time we hide a part of ourselves to be loved or approved of, that energy doesn't disappear. It sinks into the unconscious. Jung discovered that these repressed emotions, instincts, and desires form a second personality inside us, one that lives in the dark corners of the psyche. The more we reject it, the stronger it grows. Freud saw repression as the mind's defense. Jung saw it as an opportunity, an invitation to integrate what was lost. The shadow, he said, isn't just what's bad in us, it's also our buried vitality, creativity, and truth. The shadow is not destroyed through denial or discipline, it's transformed through awareness. Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." To face the shadow is an act of courage, to meet what we fear without judgment. Integration begins when we listen to what our darkness is trying to say. Anger may be asking for boundaries. Envy may reveal unlived potential. Shame may point toward authenticity. Each feeling, once owned, becomes energy reclaimed. The goal isn't perfection, it's wholeness. And every piece we welcome home expands the light within. For Jung, Christ represented more than a historical figure. He was the living archetype of wholeness, the union of divine and human, spirit and flesh, light and shadow. In every human soul, that same pattern exists, the potential to reconcile opposites within ourselves, to bring love into the places we fear, and forgiveness to the parts we've condemned. The crucifixion wasn't only an event, it was a symbol of transformation. The ego must die to make room for the self, the divine spark within each of us. To meet the shadow with compassion is to follow the Christ path, to love the unlovable, redeem the rejected, and become whole through grace. The journey into the shadow is not about becoming pure, it's about becoming whole. Each time we face our darkness with awareness, we bring a little more light into the world. True consciousness isn't escape, it's incarnation. It's the divine choosing to live fully through the human heart. The path of Christ consciousness is not perfection, but presence, meeting all that you are with love. So look within, not to judge, but to understand. Your shadow is not your enemy, it's your teacher. And as you walk through it, you'll find that what you thought was darkness was simply light, waiting to be seen.